Just wait for some of you to come in. Hi, Elizabeth. Hopefully people remember. I scheduled this so far ahead. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I've never done a live like this before. So, yeah, so let me just start talking. Well, actually, I'll give it a minute or so, but yeah, I'm gonna be using this deck, Learning Tarot Cards. This is not my first deck. Actually, I feel like I should have got this. I feel like I should have got this when I first started. I got the original Rider-Waite when I first started. By the way, can you guys hear me if people are watching? I just want to make sure the audio. But this is a really good deck to start with. It has the meanings on the cards and symbolism and all that. So, yeah. All right. So, today we are going to be discussing the tarot cards. It's not like I'm doing a specific like card or anything like that. We're going to just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And you can ask me questions and whatever, you're curious about the tarot cards. I wanted to talk about the Fool starting off because it is the most important card to me. But I'll like give it a couple of like minutes. What cards do you guys have any questions you want to start with, or you just want to start with the cards I want to talk about? On the side, I also have my least favorite cards and my favorite cards. So we can start off with general questions. But I do want to talk about the Fool. Cards you want to talk about. Okay. So, the Fool card. This is extremely important. I feel like the Fool it's kind of like a soul coming into, how do I explain it? It almost reminds me of like a baby, like a new soul, like a soul being reborn. That's why I feel like the number 0 is important to this card, because I feel 0 is like the starting point. The Judgment. Oh, Judgment is hard. Yeah, the Judgment card, I don't really understand the meaning of it, says Arleni. We'll talk about Judgment, but I want to talk about the Fool first. So the Fool is the beginning of everyone's journey in life. Hey, Arya. It represents innocence, freedom, adventure, travel, carelessness, idealism, youth, lack of commitment. And notice the lack of commitment card part. When I do love readings, the Fools sometimes comes up as someone who wants to like be single. I don't know if any of you have had that, but I don't really like this card sometimes in love readings, because it can represent someone who kind of wants to go on their own path, someone who's kind of leaving a relationship behind or something like that. But the Fool is very important, because the Fool, so this is my setup. Wait, hold up, guys. This is my forgot what your tapestry thing, and see it's my witch, and literally like the wheel starts from the Fool. So, like everything comes from that one card. So everyone in the pictures is the Fool. So we all are really the Fool. Arya said, I feel like that card can mean that someone isn't in reality too. That's interesting. I would say it is if it was reversed. And we're going to talk about reversals too, because I don't like intentionally read reversals, but I do have cards that fall out reverse that I have to use. So recklessness, fearlessness, risk. Yeah, the Fool, It's kind of similar to the page cards. Like the Fool is someone just starting something too. So I feel like this card, depending on the context of the question, can represent so many things. Um, it really is like a hit or miss card. And hit or miss cards to me are cards that don't really mean one specific thing all the time. Like for example, like the Star, which is my favorite card, is rarely gonna mean like financial stuff. You know what I mean? Like it usually is about healing, it's about hope, it's about wishes coming true. So like that's very specific, but the Fool could mean anything. You know what I mean? And that's what people get so confused when like uh tarot reading is a lot more complicated than just knowing the meanings of the cards. It's about intuition. It's about like how do you read all cards in one, you know? And to me, it's really getting a your own understanding of each card, but not going too far away from what the original card was intended to mean, which is a very hard thing as a reader. It's very hard. Yeah, Arya said, "Oh, I've stopped reading reversals unless they come out reversed too. I'm trying to rely more on my intuition, so I've been reading upright." Yeah, do any of you in the chat let me know, do you guys read on your own, or do you not feel comfortable reading? Do you read for others? Like let me know. I was reading for friends and family before I ever did it professionally. I was reading for friends and family for like 2 years before I even thought tarot was like my path. I thought it was just like I didn't really take tarot seriously honestly until like my third year doing it. I didn't even know I was good at it. I was just like I was always into astrology and things like that, so I never I kind of was forced to read, but I never thought I didn't grow up thinking I had gifts or anything like that. I was always I've been drawn to taboo shit my whole life. Like I'm into paranormal stuff, astrology, like conspiracy theories. Like I've always been drawn to like what people don't want to talk about or people find spooky. So let me know your experiences. Like, well, in the Fool, I don't know what symbol is this astrology wise. I forget. I'm not sure. But the Fool to me overall in a nutshell is about getting out your comfort zone and a new beginning and starting all over. Like really those are like the main things, like cuz it's the card of zero. Zero, it means like fresh. It's like new game, you know? New level. Jessica said, excuse me, "I love tarot, but I think is too hard to understand the meaning of the cards, so I just watch amazing tarot readers like you." Thank you, Jessica. Aria said, "I've been drawn to runestones lately and not casting to channel and lot casting to channel and read. I have a coworker that channels really well with astrology. She knows almost. I love astrology. Astrology has helped me a lot in my own life. I definitely believe in the energy of the planets and why we have certain personality traits. So do you guys have any other questions about the Fool? I know Arya made a comment before about the Fool card. Someone isn't reality. In reality, I feel like that's more the Fool reversed. To me, the Fool reversed is about like being like a fucking idiot, really. I know that sounds like that's like the guy skydiving with no like parachute, or like, the Fool is really because if you think about it, the Fool title, like nobody wants to be a fool. So reversed, I feel like it's someone who does foolish things, kind of like a knight reversed or page reversed. But I did have to talk about that before we delved in. So before I show you my cards so do any of you have your favorite tarot cards? Like I'll show you like what I love. Like these are my top 2 that I just love seeing in a reading. Um, Hi Virgo Shorty. So what are your favorite cards? Like, do any of you guys have a favorite tarot card? So mine is the Star. I love the Star. Yeah, we're gonna go to Judgment. I just want to talk about favorite, least, and least favorite, and then we'll go to Judgment. Is a very hard card to read. That I think Judgment, High Priestess, that those are hard. Those are hard. But the Star is mine. Okay, so let's look at some of your favorites before we go to mine. So we have the Star is mine. Ooh, okay. Tell me why it's your favorite too. So it's your favorite. I'll tell you why the Star is my favorite. So tell me why it's your favorite. So, Ten of Pentacles is good. Virgo Shorty said, my favorites are the Empress and the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so let me look for the Empress. The Empress. But yeah, the Star is my favorite card for so many reasons. I know Arya said 10 of Pentacles. So we have the Empress. Empress, Two of Cups, of course, Two of Cups. A lot of the Cups cards in general are really, like, beautiful in a reading. So, Two of Cups. Sorry, guys, I'm looking. Sorry, guys. We'll talk about the Empress. I just want to get to Two of Cups. The Sun. I saw somebody mention the Sun. Two of Cups. Ugh. Sorry, guys. Just looking. Just make sure you're commenting. Okay. I have a couple that you guys put. We are definitely going to talk about Judgment. Judgment is, that's the thing. When people say, like, oh, I learned all the meanings of the cards, like, that doesn't make reading, that's not going to make reading easy. Like, reading tarot cards with your intuition, but also having the knowledge attained to the meanings, it's not, like, you know, it's just not easy. Okay. Wheel of Fortune is really good too. Wheel of Fortune is really good too. So I'm going to tell you why the Star is my favorite. So, the Star represents hope. And really, so the backstory, I talked about this in the classes. I taught a little bit, but the reason why I really got into tarot, I got the most horrible heartbreak of my fucking life. Like, I could write a book and probably sell, like, I could be on tour right now. It was horrible. Like, not even like a typical heartbreak. Like, the guy turned out to be like complete sociopath. Some things that I actually sugarcoat it to most people when I tell it because it's just so dark. But the guy turned out to be like really horrible person. And at the time I was going to readers, but I didn't have enough money to keep getting readings about the situation because I didn't know he was hiding so much from me. So I got my own deck, which is right here actually. It's in this case. And I was so desperate, guys. Like, I just wanted to learn the meaning so I could understand it because, like, I was so, like, heartbroken and shocked and blah, blah, blah. And I remember, I think I was always drawn to this card because when I was learning the meanings, it's, like, one of the few cards that talks about hope. Like, not a lot of the cards mention hope. And when I see the Star now in readings, this comes right after the Tower, by the way. And the Tower is when things crumble. But the Star is when things come back to life and you're healing, and you know, it's a time of like a lot of positivity. So I had my Tower moment, which led to the Star, and I feel like the Star is me finding tarot, and I've talked to other mediums about it. The reason why I met him was because he was supposed to show me my purpose and other things. Like, he definitely was a soulmate in that context. But nonetheless, like, the Star to me represents the whole point of me starting the channel and reading for people. I've given readings to people that have found hope, and tarot gave me hope for better days when I really was at my lowest. So that's why the Star, it's really personal, but I love the imagery. I love what it means to me, and I love what it symbolizes in my journey. So I'm gonna read your comments. Just had to talk about that. Okay. Yeah, whatever says. I don't think I have a favorite, but I like the King of Cups and King of Pentacles when it comes to love, and Empress when it comes to owning your shit, and Nine of Pentacles because of financial meaning. That, it is interesting to have a favorite for specific things. Like, I like the reason why I like the Star is because no matter what you ask about, it's usually implicates something positive and something healing and something coming, like a dream come true. Like if I ask, "Oh, am I going to get the job?" and I get the Star, it's like, or maybe it's leading me to a better job. Like the Star is always usually it's kind of gives me a feeling of like before Christmas morning, before like I like that feeling with the Star. Virgo Shorty said, I like Ace of Wands too. It feels like creativity to me. A lot of people in tarot agree that Ace of Wands is like the dick card. Hopefully, well, will YouTube cut me out for saying that? Ace of Wands is a very sexual card. I've seen it come a lot in readings as like sex. Roel says, your class really helped me learn the cards better. I thought I knew them then just from the definition of the word. Now the cards could mean something completely. Yeah. Jessica said, that's exactly what happened to me back in 2018. I started watching tarot readings here on YouTube because of heartbreak, and tarot gave me faith in the future. Yeah, my heartbreak definitely pushed me into my gifts and what I meant to do. That's why it kind of bothers me when people like say like soulmates and twin flames and stuff, because like I've had a reader told me like my ex was one of those things, but it wasn't like we were meant to like be together long term. It was like he was meant to literally change me. So it's not like, that's another thing we'll talk about too, if you guys want to talk about like what soulmates mean in the cards and stuff, because I have a really different opinion than most people do in this space about that word and how we use it in readings. Yeah. I mean, if my life was happy and go lucky and everything was perfect, I wouldn't have been drawn to tarot. Most people that get readings are feeling really like confused or lost in the present. Like, because readings are all about the future, right? So I feel like most people who find tarot, it wouldn't surprise me if they found it in a low time. We're going to talk about the devil. Oh my God, we're going to talk about the devil. Dodry Baker, hi Bianca, I don't know how to do tarot myself, so I just watch as well. Got you. There should be a star card, but as a Christmas tree topper. That'd be so cute. There definitely has to be like a Christmas tarot deck that has that, right? I'm surprised Ace of Wands means that. So one person I used to watch on YouTube a lot, I still watch him. His name is Tyler's Tarot. I don't know if you guys know him. But Ace of Wands, he's talked about that too. Like every time he gets Ace of Wands in his readings, he'll say like his viewers are gonna get the D or something. Ace of Wands is very sexual. The wands in general can be very sexual. Because it's a physical, wands is physical element. The world and the star have some similarities. No, I like the devil when it comes to the devil represents really good sex. I'll be real with you guys. It represents like good chemistry. That's why the cards have different meanings. Like the devil could mean sex, the devil could mean a drug addiction, the devil could mean a narcissistic person, the devil could mean like maybe health problems too. I've seen it come up for health problems. Roel said, oh, Aria agreed with me, yeah. Roel said, I still remember the first reading I got from you. Blew my mind. Thank you. Tyler is hilarious. Tyler is like one of my inspirations for reading tarot the way. Because I like how Tyler isn't very like love and light. Like he's very, you relate to him, like he feels like real. He's not like, all you have to do is manifest. Like, like he's very like down to earth, but in this like raunchy way. Arya said, I don't believe in twin flames. I feel like we can mirror people's souls, but the idea that there's only one person out there for us is ridiculous. Yeah, like, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that my soul was split in half and I'm not complete until I meet that other part of my soul. Like, I just feel like that's someone with low self-esteem. Like, if you really believe that your life isn't complete until you meet someone who can fulfill certain romantic needs and who feels like a twin to your soul, then you like there's probably something bigger going on down there. I mean, I don't know. Like, twin flame means like in the Akashic records, like you probably had there's a soul every lifetime you're with. You guys are inseparable. That's it. It doesn't mean like anything more than that. Like, I do believe in it. I agree with the meaning, but it doesn't mean like it first of all, it's not even always romantic. A lot of twin flames are with like parent and child things. Twin flame means like I can't be in this lifetime without you. That's all it means, really. It's like, those people that are like inseparable, whether it's siblings, family, like, some people like they even look alike. Y'all ever see couples that start to look alike? Like, they even look similar and they're like inseparable. Like, to me, that's kind of a twin flame by definition. Like, it's an inseparable connection. It's a like, you know, like that's what I associate it with. Speaking of twin flames, somebody mentioned the Two of Cups is their favorite card. Definitely a great card in a love reading, obviously. It's also good in business. This card represents, like a equal, healthy partnership. It represents love. It does say soulmates here. It represents like a really healthy connection. If this is reversed, it represents like a very unhappy connection, a disconnection, um, maybe even like a forced connection. I'm gonna read your comments. Virgo Shorty said, to be honest, I don't think soulmate or twin flame should be about one person. Multiple people affect your life in ways that aren't romantic. That's my point. Like, I've had people show me love, like, in ways that still affect me, and it wasn't even romantic. Like, I feel like sometimes the greatest acts of love isn't even romantic. So I don't know what's this hype about. Leah, what do you think about soul contracts? I completely 100,000% agree with, like, soul contracts makes a lot of sense to me, basically. I've heard stories where a person who challenges you in life is one of the closest souls to your soul. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if you were here for it, Leah, but I was explaining how my first heartbreak kind of pushed me into finding myself, which led me to tarot. And I don't want to call him a soulmate or twin flame, but it definitely had to be like a soul contract or something, because I don't think if I didn't meet him, I don't think I would even be talking to you guys right. Like, he pushed me into this. Arya said, I've seen other psychics fall down the trap of twin flame ideology, and one person I know that's psychic and believes in it ended up in a domestic violence shelter. Holy shit. That's horrible. Virgo Shorty said, I like Four of Wands for foundation and family too. Nathalie said, I love the Two Cups as well. Arya said, they trauma bonded to the max. Yeah, see, I don't agree with. Then it gets toxic, Whatever said, all relationships are needed, but you need to be happy alone too. Yeah, Virgo Shorty said, I think people I consider my soulmates right now are my best friends. How do you feel about the term soul ties or soul contract? Soul contract, it makes more sense to me. Soul ties, I do agree with as well. I think sometimes you can have a soul tie. All right, well, Two of Cups. Somebody mentioned that. We just talked about that. I do know one of you said the sun. Let me go back up. Who said the sun was their favorite card? Somebody mentioned the sun. We'll talk about the world and the star. We're going to talk about some difficult cards too. Indigo asked me, one charismatic man said that the magician is the trickster in Old French tarot and it's not interpreted in the right way. How do you think? The magician, if it's reversed, it's manipulative. If it's reversed, I don't think it upright, it's manipulative. Empress, Two of Cups. Oh, Jessica said the sun, the world, and the fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Soul ties. I'll explain soul ties in a minute. Oh, Jessica said the sun. Whatever said. I feel like a lot of tarot readers glorify toxic relationships. No, I hear you, and I don't. Yeah, I wasn't even gonna take it personal. Even like I completely agree. That's why I don't watch many pick a card readers. I only watch Lexi the Leo, Tyler's Tarot, and I used to watch Jenna's Witchy Corner, but she's not on here anymore. Like I'm very specific with readers I watch. Some of these readers, will. I'm telling you, that's how they make money. It's. I see through the bullshit. And I'm not saying relationships aren't perfect, but that whole like, yeah, your twin flame, you guys are on this journey. It's okay if he punches you one more time. It's part of the part where you guys are in separation. Just all this bullshit. So the sun, Jessica said the sun. I mean, the sun is like as good as it gets in terms of happiness. I feel like the sun represents, I've seen this come up as vacation, like people getting a good vacation. It does remind me of Disney in the terms of like the childlike nature. Um, I forget what sacral this is, to be honest, but it does represent, I mean, not sacral, what chakra? Maybe it is the sacral it represents in the chakras, if you guys know about chakras, because that's about the womb, isn't it? So yeah, this card is about positivity, freedom, fun, success, optimism, joy, confidence, self-expression, good luck. Pregnancy. This is a fertile myrtle card. So if I'm doing a reading about like something sexual or romantic, I see this card. This could be a warning for pregnancy, or maybe a baby is coming in if you want that. Sacral, yeah, sacral, whatever. And the sun reversed is kind of about depression, but unfortunately, it can represent sacral issues for sure. It could represent a child with maybe depression, or a child that has some sort of battle emotionally or mentally. It can represent, unfortunately, like a loss of a child, miscarriage, ego. Um, I could also see this representing bad weather as well. So the sun is definitely a good card. The moon is the opposite. So in a sense, yes, I'll show you the moon card. The moon is technically, yeah, it is the opposite. I mean, the moon represents depression. Here's the moon, and it comes right before the sun. So yeah, the moon card is I mean, you can already tell it looks pretty sad. I think the moon is, I think blue represents the throat chakra, if I'm not mistaken. Um, the moon is about intuition, illusions, dreams, vagueness, instability, deception, betrayal, anxiety, fear, misconceiving something, the subconscious, and insecurities. Um, this is a tricky card because, like, again, you see how there's all these meanings just in one card. Personally, I've seen this come up a lot with clients who are kind of like really in a dark space. Some people that are suicidal, I've had this card. Some people who are really insecure, I've had this card. People that feel guilty or shameful about stuff. Sometimes this card represents someone lying to you, but more times than not, though, this card comes up as just a lot of pain that someone is carrying, that they're kind of uncomfortable talking about. In my readings, just like in my personal opinion. This could also represent how people fake things. So if I see this come up, especially if I'm doing like a love reading, there could be things happening in a relationship that isn't what it seems like. So I'm going to read your comments. Jessica said, I think I had a soul tie or contract with my ex-fiance because the break was one of the hardest things. It could be. And I think soul ties are mutual. So if you're like feeling drawn to the person, but they don't feel drawn to you, I don't feel that that's the case. But a soul tie is like a Bobby Whitney type of thing. You guys remember or like Blueface and Christian or what, like those, those people that are like so toxic, but they keep coming back to each other. Like I think that's more of a soul tie, and it's mutual. It's not like, it's usually a very mutual. All right, be a B. I've been thinking about learning how to read tarot. Do you have any advice on how to increase your intuition? Time will tell. Time will tell. I think just let time tell. My intuition increased naturally over time, and I channel things that aren't even from the cards. So just let time tell. Jessica said, I had a dream I was pregnant. It was so real. The moon represents dreams, weird dreams as well. Virgo Shorty said, I see how the sun represents pregnancy. I thought the moon would cause people to see the moon as a feminine energy. Yeah. Um the moon can represent children as well. I mean, it is a feminine energy, but the sun is all about like your inner child in a sense. And I feel like the moon isn't really connected to children in the sense, the moon is more connected to what's being hidden. And usually when we hide things, it's for not a good reason. Not all the time, but sometimes it's, and even if you notice in the picture, like the moon's face, it looks kind of sad. The wolves, it's at night. Like the moon is a card about like what needs to come to light. You know what I mean? Um, what's the difference for twin flame, soul ties, and soulmate? In my opinion, twin flame is like inseparable, Bonnie and Clyde, and twin flame is not up to you in a sense of like. So I heard a lady that was unfortunately killed in a school shooting like 2 years ago. Her husband died the same day when he got the news. Like he just dropped dead. I've noticed a lot of twin flame connections, like where one person dies, the other person goes, like not even intentionally, like something will also tragic happens. So I think twin flames, like it's like they literally can't stay it without each other. It's impossible. So that's my it's almost like the Notebook type of thing. Um the reasons behind the feelings say I am part of him. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand what you're saying. I am part of him. And soul ties are is like a nasty cord, like an umbilical cord you might have with someone that just needs to be cut from a psychic. It's usually not positive. It's usually like two toxic people or a toxic connection that just for some reason you guys, there's no logic really. You can't get away from each other. So you need like a psychic to some sort of ceremony to cut that. A soulmate to me is someone who I think a soulmate is almost like a soul contract. I think they go hand in hand to me. So a contract that your soul made with someone to help elevate your soul in this lifetime, whether that's you guys are together forever or not, it doesn't matter. The moon is a water card too. That's why the lobster is in it. That is a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, look at the water. Every time I ever had a dream about kids, I already have 5, and I find that so weird. That's so interesting. I don't know if I have a lot of mediums tell me there's like a little boy near me, which is weird. But I don't know if I've had a dream about a child. Jessica said, yeah, it's almost impossible to break up with them because we're always coming back. Right, right. Yeah, it's like there's no real logic to it. It's like, why can't I shake this person off of me? That's to me is like a soul tie. Um, Okay. So moving on from the moon, I know somebody mentioned the Empress as one of their favorite cards. It's really like it's definitely a card about pregnancy like the sun, but this card also talks about like motherhood and being caring or nurturing. It can also, this is where it gets tricky. And this is like the court cards. It also could represent another person in your life or whoever you're reading for. It represents a motherly like individual, um, a caring person, a sensual person, a beautiful person, you know? So it's, oh yeah, so Virgo Shardy, did you mention the Empress? But yeah, and notice the crown too. Like this woman is kind of really, she's ruled by Venus. I mean, this is ruled by Taurus and Libra. This card, so Venus is all about love and expressing love. Um Empress does not have to literally mean pregnancy though. It could just mean you're pregnant with an idea or something needs more time to grow, but you're in the right track in a sense. It can represent art or artistic. Reversed, it can represent a lack of growth. It could represent a bitchy woman too, like someone who's just a complete asshole. Hi, Danielle. Someone who's just a complete asshole, you know, someone who lacks confidence, someone who's not nurturing, someone who's the exact opposite of like the ideal mother type, you know. So that's what the Empress reversed would be. Indigo said, I have a very strong intuition, but I don't know how to turn it on intentionally. It comes when it wants. You know what's so funny? I was reading for someone, a client. I think she wanted to ask about her spirit guide or something. And as I was reading, I kid you not, I just felt the need to mention a birthday. I was like, is there something with a birthday? And she said, oh, my birthday was 2 days ago. And I was like, I guess your spirit guides are saying happy birthday. It was like one of the coolest intuition moments. Cause I didn't get that from the cards. I don't know. I just felt like I had to mention her birthday or a birthday. Oh, is that you? I don't know. Cause I know my clients watch I have no idea who, maybe they're watching now, but that was so funny. Like I was like, oh my God. Um, So somebody mentioned Ten of Pentacles was their favorite card as well. My favorite card after the Star was Ten of Cups. They're both very similar. Do you guys, what is the difference you would say if you could between Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups? What would you say for your, because they're very similar, but what's something that differs them? What's something that differs them? For me, it's definitely the elements, obviously. This is water. This is Pentacles. Completely different thing. I can see some trollers coming, but I'll just block them. Oh, Virgo Shorty said, I feel like my intuition is God's here, but I don't really tell people about how I feel. I just let everyone figure out the situation. That's a very Virgo thing of you. Very Virgo thing. The difference for me with Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups is they're both happy endings and they both represent family, but both have different kind of executions of that. Like Ten of Cups, to me, notice how it says marriage. This usually does represent a romantic relationship, the happy American dream, family moments, reunions, birthdays, holidays, things like that, like making good memories emotionally, right? And let me see this person. I want to, how do I remove? All right, anyway, Ten of Pentacles. So this is about culmination, and Ten of Pentacles, yes, there's family in it, but it could also represent like wealth in the family, or a family happy about something financially. There's such a huge, it literally says trust funds, inheritance, solid foundation. So they're both kind of in the same Venn diagram in a sense, but there's different, like, specific things that pull them apart. Aria said, oh, okay. Well, thank you for tuning in, Danielle. Anyway. Oh, let me see Bia B. Bia B said, I guess I look at Ten of Pentacles as a financial card where you can receive financial blessing, whereas Ten of Cups is emotional happiness. I completely agree. Like, that's what kind of makes them different. Arya said, a family of abundance is Ten of Pentacles to me, and it doesn't even just have to represent financial issues. No, financial success either. Yeah. Virgo Shorty says, I like the death card for some reason, but I don't know why. We will talk. I will find the death card. Tiny Queen, I feel like with the Ten of Cups, with it's about emotion, Ten Pentacles has a grounding feeling to it. I like Ten of Pentacles because it can also mean spiritual gifts and knowledge. Yeah, I was getting a reading, I think a month ago, and a reader told me she got this card for me, but she said it was my ancestors passing, like, helping me with my growth and things like that. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. These are definitely two of the most liked cards, I would say, in tarot, because it's about coming together, both of them are about coming together, maybe in different ways, but all of it is about us. 10 represents a cycle closing. It's about completion, like the World card, which I have to find because I know somebody mentioned that. But let's talk about the Tower. Dun dun dun. What do you guys know about the Tower? What a lot of people say Tower moments. I notice it's like kind of a regular thing to mention, like, oh, I had my Tower moment. So what do you guys know about the Tower? Because that card, oh my god. I'm gonna look for Judgment now because I know somebody mentioned Judgment. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. I've seen some people make up their own definitions for the Tower. So we'll talk about the World. Let's talk about Judgment. Where is Judgment? Judgment. Looking for Judgment. Tell me what you think about the Tower. All right. Why can't I find? I must have skipped it. Oh, I found it. Okay. All right. Okay. The Tower is doom and gloom. Oh no. Whatever said, I know it's messy. Arya said, oh my gosh. So I was watching, I think it was like when I first started getting into like readings, like giving it to people personally. And this lady was talking about the Tower, and then she was, bless her heart, because I could tell she's a really sweet person by how she was explaining it. But she even saw the Tower like maybe it could be like good sex in a reading. And I was like, I don't know where you got that. The Tower, because even if I were to ask about sex in a reading and I get the Tower could represent like some like maybe bad sex. I would think maybe the sex isn't good, or maybe someone felt triggered by something, or like the Tower is a very serious, uncomfortable, disruptive card. Hi, Mystique. So to me, the Tower is all about a lack of foundation. It's something that wasn't that strong in the first place most times. It definitely represents a traumatic event. It definitely represents bad things that happen that unfortunately that are out of our control. It's really just a card of sometimes life just fucking happens, and and we have no way to prepare. Represents sometimes in death or a really bad breakup, or it really represents changes in life that we wish we could control, but we can't. Now, Personally, does the tower always have to be so traumatic? Not necessarily. I had this come up for someone, and then like later on they got like a cold, and they were like, because I told them they were gonna take, there was something with work, and they got sick and it caused issues at work. So it, I don't think the tower always has to mean like the worst thing happening to a person, but it definitely represents change that's really, really frustrating, right? And the tower is about, is kind of testing, is a test for someone's character. Like, who are you when the tower moment happens? What are you going to do when the tower moment happens? What are you going to reflect on? Do you want to rebuild the tower again after it crumbles down? What do you want to see? Right? Yes, Arya said, I like how you describe towers and tarot as having a foundation like a sandcastle. Right. Virgo Shorty said, I see tower as something crumbling down. Not always a bad thing. It could be literal or you're unlearning something. Yeah. It again, it doesn't have to be so scary, you know. I actually feel like cards like Death or Three of Swords or Ten of Swords, but I don't have that right now. Those cards can actually get that those could actually hurt a bit more than Tower. Um Yeah, B said the tower is a scary card to get in a reading, but for some reason, I kind of see the tower as a warning. That's a good point. The tower as a warning. I think the tower could come as a warning. Um, I completely agree with that, Bia. I think if I got the tower for like how something was gonna go, or if it just came up for like, do they like me? And I get the tower and I'm like, do they like what the fuck is going on? The tower kind of represents like there's bigger fish to fry. Like, you know what I mean? Something unsettling. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a question and I want you to answer it. If I ask you, so let's pretend you're reading for me. Let's pretend you're reading. So let's say I go to you guys, right? And I ask you, let's say I'm seeing someone and I'm like, oh, I really like this guy, da da da. You know, like, how's everything going to be with him and me? I really feel a connection. And you guys pull the tower. How would you articulate that for me? Like, and you can only, that's the only card you're pulling. Maybe you have clarifiers, but you pulled the tower. So how would you articulate that? How would you articulate that? I just want to see what you guys would say. It represents truth for me. Yeah, pulling the rug from under your feet. Yes. Tower moment could be inevitable. Yes. W me when I feel like the universe is telling me time to restructure. That's a great, listen, imagine if you knew your house wasn't built correctly. You'd have to fix it. Can you explain Ace of Swords? Sure. I will talk about Ace of, oh my god, it's right here too. That's so funny. That was so meant for you. It was like right here at the base. I'll talk about Ace of Swords after Judgment. Guys, if you guys want me to talk about any cards, make sure you put it. I'll remind myself. A hot damn mess. Oh, why was whatever timed out? Okay, I don't know what happened. Brutal or unforeseen ending. Virgo Shorty said, tell her to dip immediately. Relationship has no foundation. I would tell them to expect some kind of fall, but out with the crush, not long lasting. And this is why it's always good to get different cards, because let's say I get the Tower, right? But then I get the Nine of Cups, and then I get the Star. So I could say, especially if the Star is the last card, as like if I want a final outcome, I would say things are going to, you guys are going to either break up or not see eye to eye, or something's going to, like, you guys are going to kind of quit, you know, whether that's a breakup or losing feelings or whatever. But somehow you come back and there's healing. This is why pulling cards is important, because I think the card tell a story. You know what I mean? And sometimes relationships are stronger when they're brought down and built. Maybe there's a forgiveness there, you know? But then what if I get Two of Swords, Seven of Swords, and it's like, I don't know, maybe it's up and down, you know? Maybe it's up and down. So it's like, if you just were, this is why sometimes it's good if you get too confused with all the cards, just say, okay, Spirit, just give me one final card for the outcome. So if I get one final card after, like, let's say I get 10 of Cups and everything, but I'm like, I get the final card, the Tower, maybe it won't last. Like, that's the thing, you know, that's why your intuition is so important, because it could go in so many ways. I was reading for a rapper who was murdered, and I was trying to figure out who did it. I kept getting 10 of Cups. And in my interpretation, my intuition wasn't as good as it is now, but I thought it was someone he knew through family or someone he could have been romantically involved with. And the news came out that it was a family that did it together. It was a father and son that robbed him. Can you believe that? So the answer was right in front of me, but the story was different. So it was on, like, you know what I mean? It was kind of like on point, but not. Okay, I got you, Jessica. Mystique. Tower represents also the universe stepping in, taking over the situation after having several chances to handle on your own. So let's talk about the Tower reversed, because that's exactly the resisting change, avoiding tragedy, delaying the inevitable. Delaying the inevitable. The Tower is about denial. The Tower reverse is about denial, in my opinion. They did catch the robbers, and who was it that passed? What was his name? P&B Rock, I think. I kept getting the when I looked back at it, it's like I'm like biting my tongue. I was like, oh, it was so close to because all the clues were right in front of my face. I got 10 of Cups. And everybody kept assuming his girlfriend was in on it. I didn't get she was in on it. But I did get, if I thought it was like someone he knew through family, because I kept getting the family card. I have never read for Pop Smoke. I've never read for Pop Smoke. So Tower reverse is technically worse than the Tower itself. That's a good point. I think the Tower upright is worse because it's already happening. The Tower reversed is like, you know what's, you could leave if you wanted to, but you're choosing not to. Because here it says resisting change, avoiding tragedy, delaying the inevitable. So to me, I feel like the Tower reversed is a lot better than the Tower upright. Because the Tower upright is like, it's whether you fucking like it or not, something's coming down. Oh my God, you know what I'm thinking of the song by Mary J. Blige, I'm Going Down. That's the Tower. I can't remember what I said, but I don't remember. I thought it was like family through family, but I was wrong. It wasn't, like, it was a family doing it, but it wasn't anyone connected to him. Yeah, Four of Cups. So any final comments on the Tower? Again, it's really, chaos, destruction, change, disaster, loss, abuse, violence, bankruptcy, natural disasters. It can mean so many things, but it definitely is on par with uncomfortable, unwanted change, whether that's part of our path or not. A lot of people like to say bad times make you stronger and things like that, but honestly, especially with the war going on, the things happening in the Middle East, you know, I don't really believe that, to be honest. I don't think that bad times always are meant to make us stronger people. I think sometimes there's just evil people in the world and they want to cause destruction, and that's that. There's no, like, I know many readers would agree with that saying, but I don't think every traumatic thing that's happened to a person was meant to make them stronger. I don't. And that might piss people off or whatever, but that's really like, there's a huge difference between like you walking away from a relationship and somebody bombing a freaking place. Like, huge difference. Free will is a thing. Completely. So I don't believe that like the person who murdered another person, oh yeah, that was because they survived that because they were supposed to overcome. No. There's just evil people in the world that do horrible things, and there's nothing. But, you know, I'm not trying to like make it depressing or whatever, but I just hate that notion that like, oh yeah, this is happening to you because so supposed to make you stronger. Not really. I'm not gonna say that to a lady who like just had her child, bombed right in front. I mean, I I don't know. You guys can talk about that in the comments, but definitely the tower sometimes just represents things that are out of our control that can be very, very traumatic, okay? So I want to talk about judgment. Do you guys understand this card? It's a very tricky card. And I'm going to start to talk about religion because I do feel there's religious symbolism in the tarot cards. Judgment, judgment, judgment. This is a very hard card to read as a beginner because I even have trouble reading it myself. I don't believe yeah, I completely agree with. I kind of do understand, but not really second chances. It's so funny because I've never read the card as second chances either. I know a lot of people see judgment as like a new beginning. I've never read it like that. So let's see what this card says about it. So we have the picture, right? We have the angel. It looks like there's people coming out of coffins, right? And they're bowing down to the angel. So it says it could literally mean judgment. So this card could literally mean judging another person. This card is about self-evaluation, awakening, renewal, composure, decisiveness, feeling homesick maybe, snap judgments, like I mentioned before, appointing, blame, forgiveness. You see how all these definitions like contradict each other? So it's like, then how do we read judgment? How do you read this card if so much is going on? So I've kind of made up my own definition for this, not completely disregarding these terms. However, and I do agree with Mystique, and epiphany could definitely mean judgment. I think of Judgment Day. Are you guys familiar with Judgment Day in the Bible, whether you believe in the Bible or not? Like, when you think of Judgment Day, what do you think of? Because to me, Judgment Day is really when you're being called to reflect on your life choices, on the decisions you made in life. So that's how I look at the card, as Judgment Day. And personally, when I've had this card come out for me, it's been in a sense of like, what have I learned up to this point? What do I have to reflect on? What keeps repeating? It's really a spiritual card. That's why people have such difficult time with it, because this card isn't about money. This card isn't about people. This card isn't about something happening. It's about the present. It's about, okay, what have you learned, So this card isn't predicting anything. This card isn't talking about the past in a sense. This card is pointing the finger at you. So that's why it's a very hard card, because it's very vague. It's a very hard card to read. So Virgo Shorty said, I think of death, obviously, but yeah, it's supposed to be reflecting on your actions and words and all that. Yeah, because the reverse meaning looks like you haven't learned your lessons and they'll come to light. So yeah, like I guess reversed, indecisiveness, self-doubt, malicious gossip, lack of self-awareness, unwillingness to learn karmic lessons. This has been very difficult for me to read for people asking about like how a person feels towards them. I could see it as divine protection, Mystique. So like if I ask like, okay, guys, I'm asking you, how does this person feel towards me? I get the Judgment. I'll pull a clarifier too, okay? So I don't understand what the Judgment means. So you pull a clarifier and you get the Hangman. So how would you read this? Like, for those who kind of know of tarot, what would you say? Like, if I asked you, how does this person feel towards me? And I got Judgment and the Hangman. Because judgment can mean so many things. I would say the person is definitely thinking of you, thinking of you. Like if somebody came to me with this question, they're thinking of you and they don't know what to do yet, so they rather reflect. They don't want to make action right now. They'd rather reflect. They're reflecting on what they've learned from you. You kind of made an impact on their learning. That's so interesting. I never read judgment as second chances. I look at second chances like the Star, Ace of Wands, Ace of any really ace card. Eight of Cups reversed, Nine of Swords, Five of Cups for sure. I would feel they already have the answers in a way, but there's an element of denial. That's really good. With the Hangman, someone wanting a second chance but highly doubting that things will get better. That's a good one. Virgo Short, I think the person can be indecisive about you. They're thinking about how they treat you and what they've learned from you. But yeah, I would definitely ask a client how they think the person feels about them. Yeah. And this is where oracle cards come into play. That's why I collect so many. Because if I'm struggling with this, right? Let's ask the cards. Let's ask the deck. So I need an oracle card. How does this person in a romantic sense feel towards me? I get Judgment. I don't understand it. I hope that you can forgive me one day. And look, it literally says forgiveness. So maybe they're wanting, like Mystique said, a second chance. Maybe there is a form of forgiveness here. Wanting something new, wanting something good. That's where oracle cards save your life. You know how many times I've had oracle cards clarify things for me? Even things I already knew. Confirmation. I recommend a lot of you getting oracle cards. They're the best. The good ones though. I don't view Judgment though as a second chance. I don't view it personally. I view it more as reflection and spiritual growth. And sometimes that's very difficult to read for someone with that because it's such a boring answer, to be honest. Low-key, I'd love a personal reading with you talking about my future, my ancestor spirit team. I feel like you'd say some mind-blowing shit. You know what's fun? I gave an ancestor reading to someone like last month or the month before, and they were crying. It really hurt. It really impacted them because everything I explained about their ancestors is what they were going through, and it was really powerful. I'll never forget that session. Like my words to her really, really hit her. So just interesting. Yeah, I love the oracles. Okay, somebody wanted to talk about the Ace of Swords. What time is it? 3:33. We'll go at like 4. So we'll go in a couple, like 30 minutes, 30 more minutes. Yes, Mystique. It also depends on what your intuition emphasizes heavily on. Yes. Aria said, oh, Bianca, your prediction of the good things coming in for me a month ago all came true. That's awesome. 3:33. That's so funny how I looked at the clock at 3:30. Yeah, we'll go at like 4 or something, like 4:05 or something like that. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Virgo Shorty, I feel like an ancestor reading would low-key break me because I don't know a lot of people about the people before me. Ancestor readings Because she asked me, when you guys book the 30-minute reading phone call with me, you can ask me anything. Like, it's really, I try not to go into legal and health things too much, but besides that, like, I'll read, that's why a lot of people book it, because it's like it's free for all. Ace of Swords. Okay. New ideas, new plans. Intellectual ability, victory, success, mental clarity, clear thinking, breakthroughs, ability to concentrate, communication. Somebody said, I don't know if they're still here, but Ace of Swords was hard for them. Ace of Swords, the Ace cards in general can be difficult, but remember, swords represent the mind. So this is new things coming to mind. This is about communication. This is about I technically get this a lot when somebody's receiving like an important text or email or something very important coming to them through technology or by mail. I represent this as communication, maybe a new conversation about something. I look at this as the throat chakra as well. If this was reversed, that would be a blocked throat chakra, lack of ideas, intellectual inability, failure, hostility. But when this is upright, it represents new beginnings in the form of like getting your mind straight, Ace of Swords. I mix up with the Page of Swords a lot. I could see that. Truth being spoken, new thoughts, ideas. Right. Yeah, I think I don't know if they're still here, but Ace of Swords to me is all about new plans, new things coming in relating to communication or things of the mind, okay? Yeah, wisdom even. It could represent like getting good news, So if I wanted to clarify this and I asked like, okay, Spirit, what's going to happen in the future? I get Ace of Swords. Okay, I want to clarify it. So in regarding to what? Temperance, balance, peace. So I could see it as like something that's going to make me feel really emotionally fulfilled. And I get another card. I got 8 of Pentacles. So maybe it's about something I've been training for a long time or studying for, something that I've been really like, I feel it's deserved. Swords kind of confuse me. I know swords are more mental, but I think they're a bit hard to get down. Very hard to get down. Very hard. I'll talk about that in another video, but truth not being spoken in reverse, old ideas, yes. It represents goals too, and new information, like getting new information, literally. And if I'm confused, again, we go to an oracle card. I love this deck, Angel Answers. I use it all the time. So I want to ask my spirit guides, what does this Ace of Swords mean for me if I'm confused? What does the Ace of Swords mean for me? So I got to know. Forgiveness. Get more information. So maybe it represents maybe something with forgiveness or something personal in the context, because the no card could represent maybe I'm communicating with someone soon, but there's going to be a no about something. And I got forgiveness, so maybe it's something really to the heart. Maybe it's something, maybe there's some tension there, Swords and Pentacles are hard for me. Cups and Wands. Oh, Cups and Wands are really easy, yeah. All right. I want to talk about these cards. 3 of freaking Swords. When I was first learning the tarot cards, I always knew this card because it's just so obvious with the picture. Like, you don't need to be a tarot reader to not, like, common sense tells you that this is not a happy card. So what is the 3 of Swords? Just for those who are aware of this or just looking at it, like, what is this card, like, what does it symbolize to you? Personally, obviously, for those who know about the chakras, heart chakra is blocked when this card comes up. This could represent health problems with the heart. I have seen that. I've had this come up for a lot of cheating Unfortunately, I've had this come up for someone who's emotionally unavailable. I've had this card come up for someone who is just really in a, you know, depression state. Um, it's heartbreak. I mean, it's heartbreak, really. Heartbreak. But notice how it's the swords, and the swords represent the mind, and it's piercing the heart. This really is a battle of mental health things to me, and I know I say that a lot with the cards, but if your mind isn't in a good energy, I mean, it's going to affect the heart. Stress kills. Stress kills. Some kind of heartbreak. Heartbreak, I mean, it's heartbreak. I'll read to you guys what it says. Heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, removal, absence, division, depression, separation, sadness, heartache, unhappiness, upheaval, grief, sorrow, upset, disorder, confusion, alienation. I mean, those are all horrible things to feel. So I ask you guys, how does so and so feel towards me? And you guys get this card. What are you saying to me? So I asked you guys, oh, how does this person feel towards me? The first card you pull is this. How are you guys going to articulate that to me? I'm just curious. Like, what would you say? I feel like Nine of Swords is the overthinking card. It also represents some sleeping problems and like anxiety so bad, like you know, you might need to take sleeping meds or some sort of heart medication, like maybe you're always on an adrenaline thing. But yeah, so if I asked you how someone is feeling towards me and you get the Three of Swords, like how would you articulate that? Oh, they feel dot 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 dot. Three of Swords is how they feel towards me. Heart belongs to someone else, has to heal from a love situation or still not healed. The person feels a bit wronged by you. They feel like something you did hurt them. Yeah, I would say they feel like shit. They feel hurt by me. They feel like there could be betrayal in the connection, whether they've done it or I've done it. I don't like getting threes a lot in a love reading. So like if I get the Three of Swords, but then I pull the Five of Wands for a situation, it's like, who are all these people in my reading? And you guys, that's like my classic famous line. You know, I don't like to see a lot of people in my love readings when I ask about problems already. But if I get Three of Swords, Five of Wands, and it's like a love thing and I'm trying to figure out a situation, I'm not a fan of that. Or if I get Three of Cups or Three of Pentacles, I don't like to see those. I don't like to see groups of people and Three of Swords in a reading where I'm trying to figure out a situation. It really never is a good... and I'll have clients come back and be like, oh, Bianca, you were right. And like, I never want to be right about those things. But if I get this and a bunch of court cards and shit, I'm not a fan of this. It's too crowded. It just means a heavy heart when the feelings about another person, they're in pain, they haven't released. Too many folks. Yeah, it's like, yeah, so like, again, I want to clarify this, right? What does this person want to say to me? How do they feel towards me? I got the Three of Swords. I want to use an Oracle deck. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Oh my goodness. See how Oracle cards, obviously, I'm not really channeling real energy right now, but you know, if I got an Oracle card with that, I would say they miss you. They feel sad. They feel bad about things. You know? That's how I would interpret it. Liz Arena, I'm not doing personal readings right now. Yeah, Mystique said, yep, it's like several folks fighting for someone's attention. B, does that mean there's other energies interfering with the relationship? Hell fucking yeah, there are. If I get like, I'll give you an example, right? This is an example of who are all these people in my reading. How many people did I just put down? I'll show you. If I ask why the Three of Swords is here, and I get like Five of Wands, a court card, another court card, another court card, the Devil, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Definitely other energies, and other energies that aren't even positive. What would the court cards be? I assume they mean legal issues. I mean, it depends on how we're asking it, because like court cards don't, justice card is usually about legal stuff. I don't know about the other ones. Justice represents legal things all the time. I predicted a whole thing with legal problems just from that card for one of my friends. I remember I was doing a reading for a friend, and I got the justice card for her, and I said there was going to be legal things, like that was going to be the theme for her. She got pulled over for weed, had to go into some program, and at the program she realized she liked giving back to people in need that from the legal system. So she found her new job through getting in trouble in the first place legally. So, you know, definitely justice is legal stuff. But yeah, Three of Swords is pain. It can be pain in different ways. This doesn't always have to mean cheating. I know a lot of people go to that, but this can mean an absent, you know, maybe not a good childhood, maybe a loss of a job, or like, you know, anything that kind of is removed from your life and it just really hurts. It can represent grieving someone who's passed away. I mean, it really thing. So with that being said, I'm going to segue into the Death card. So when I got my first tarot deck, I actually removed the Death card because I was so scared of it. I didn't want to predict death for myself or anyone else. I've gotten used to it now. I don't look at it as literal death. Could it mean death? Sure. Guys, ask away. This is the whole point of this. You can ask as many questions as you want. With the card, each represent a separate person. So with the card you just pulled, would it mean 5 people? It depends on my intuition for that. Because I've channeled specific people too. Like this person's with 3 people, this person's with 4 people, 2 people, 1 person. That's all channeled. I would have to, like, that would be my intuition. Mystique. People, court cards are several other people depending on intuitive messages. People court cards can also represent yourself in a reading too. People court cards are very tricky. I used to get confused by 5 of Swords and Wands, but 5 of Wands means competition or physical. 5 of Swords is when you don't want to like give in to something. Like to me, 5 of Swords is like someone feeling defeated. So like in 5 of Swords, there's literally someone walking away. In 5 of Wands, nobody's walking away. 2 people are like confronting each other. 5 of Swords is like talking to a wall. Like that's like 5 of Wands, you're not talking to a wall. Like you're talking to someone who has shit to say. I think 5 of Wands is more direct conflict. Rather, 5 of Wands is like there's been conflict, but you're starting to like, you're like, you know what, you be the right guy then. Like someone being the bigger person or something like that. But they both represent conflict for sure. Death card is about transformation. It is ruled by Scorpio, one of the most powerful zodiac signs ever. Scorpios are very intuitive. They're very cutthroat. They're not black or white people. It is what it is. I'm not a fan of water signs usually, but Scorpios I like a lot better than Pisces and Cancers. They just have this realness to them that I respect. So like the Death card is definitely a Scorpio energy. Spiritual transformation, new beginnings, letting go, endings, change, transition, maybe an unexpected ending and releasing. So death to me is kind of just, you know, the caterpillar into the butterfly thing. I don't look at it as like a ending. It could be that, but it's not always that. The reason why I like Scorpios more than Pisces and Cancers, like, so they're all water signs, but Scorpios are ruled by Mars, I think. Pisces is ruled by, is it Neptune? I just, you know, Scorpios are more I like direct people in general. Like, that's my I like directness. And Pisces and Cancers have this passive aggressive nature to them that I can't stand. Like, Pisces always have to be last, they want to give to everyone, which is great. Like, they have good hearts, blah blah blah, but they don't care about like hard transformation. They're not, they don't want to confront ugly truths. That's not in their nature. They want to be in the dream world. They want to escape. Like, they're the escapism sign. Like, they're not about confronting like real shit. Um and if they are about it, it took them a long time to get there. It's not in their nature to do shit like that. Is it Neptune? Yeah. Neptune is a planet of like illusion and shit. Um Cancers are sweet and loving like Pisces, intuitive, blah blah blah, but Cancers also need to be coddled. They need to be reassured. They need words of affirmation, and Scorpios don't give a shit about that. It's do or die. Do or die. And Pisces and Cancers are not do or die people. They're like, we'll do it or maybe not if I feel up to it. Like, there's not, like, Cancers and Pisces, they want to keep the peace. They want the nice home. Like, Scorpio can walk through the war. Like, like they're ready. Like, they're not, like, life isn't supposed to be about coddling. Like, they want to get to know the real you. They want to see your scars. They want to see the ugly, hard truth. Pisces is like, Pisces and Cancers, they don't want that. That it's too heavy for them. They're like scared of, like, so when the tower moments come, they run. A Scorpio is going to stay through that tower moment. I'm about, who are you when nobody's watching? And I'm a Scorpio moon, so like I relate to a lot of Scorpio tendencies. So that's why I always, you'll always hear me saying, like, Pisces and Cancers, they just don't do it for me in the long term, because it's like, what the fuck are we being passive about? Just say it, spit it out. Just do it. I will say though, Pisces and Cancers do have great intuition. So even if they come off nice and, they'll sniff you out. But a Scorpio doesn't care to like ghost you or tell you like, Scorpios are just a bit more rude about it. Like, a Pisces and Cancer they'll sweeten it up, Oh, I don't think we'll get along because da 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 da. They'll sweeten it up for you so you don't feel bad. A Scorpio doesn't give a shit. So that's why a lot of people complain about Scorpios, being, and I'm not saying Scorpios are angels. They have I always meet Scorpios with a ton of trauma they're not dealing with, or they think they've dealt with it. A lot of trust issues, a lot of projecting Scorpios do, but I have to say, I really, if I ended up with any of the zodiac signs, I could see myself with a Scorpio only because of that nature. I like that, and if it was any of the water signs, it'd have to be Scorpio. I cannot deal with a Pisces and Cancer long term. I cannot deal with it. Maybe as a friend, but someone like intimate, like a ride or die person, I couldn't handle all that, all the diaper changes, and I couldn't. I really couldn't. And Scorpios are ruled by a very difficult planet, transformation. It literally says it here. Like, why do you think the only card in tarot that represents, death is by a Scorpio nature? Because most Scorpios don't have like these happy lives. Like, most of them have gone through things they don't talk about. That's why they're known for having trust issues. They're prone to getting betrayed or doing the betrayal, depending on what side they are on. But anyway, yeah, death is, when I think of the death card, I think of Scorpios. I think of of evolution. I think of growth. I think of pain. I think of how sometimes we need pain to grow, unfortunately. We don't learn anything when everything's just, daisies and roses and everything. Sometimes, you know, true transformation comes from pain. It is what it is. Let me read your comments. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Oh, your North Node is Scorpio. That's powerful, Aria. That's powerful. Pisces to me is almost like water sprite or fairy energy. I don't like confrontation, but I do get a bit bold. I'm a Cancer, and sometimes my honesty. I don't find Cancers to be honest, to be honest. I feel like Cancers are shady. I think Cancers can throw shade, but they'll never throw the whole tree. And I think Cancers are too forgiving. Here's the thing, Scorpios are black and white. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a Pisces and a Cancer say they're done with someone and then all the emotions come back, and Scorpios don't do that. It's about how are you helping their growth. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of Cancers and Pisces do that, where it's like, I think Cancers and Pisces are just more forgiving than Scorpios. I don't like Scorpios. If they have an ex, they're fucking gone. And if they don't, there's something else going on in their chart, like another bullshit. But true Scorpio people, Whoopi Goldberg is a Scorpio. You see how she talks? She's like, I don't want to be married. I don't want anybody in my house. Like true, like double placement, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Venus. Like if you have a ton of Scorpio in your chart, you are black and white. There's no room for, like, we don't deal with that shit. I don't think Cancers and I don't believe Cancers and Pisces when they Cancers here are the top signs that'll keep exes around, or people they didn't really they don't really like them, but they're maybe emotionally attached. Libra, Pisces, Cancers, and Sagittarius. Top signs who like keep like old shit around. For what? For what? I'm just going to read your comments, and then we're going to move on to a couple other cards before I go. All right. Scorpio can be crazy, though. Like, they forcefully want to change someone or transform. I'll talk about Scorpio reversed in a second, because they do have a side to them I really don't like. And I don't like to be controlled. I have a ton of Leo on my chart. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare a Scorpio man to tell me what to do. I was talking to a Scorpio not so long ago. And like I saw through it. I absolutely saw through it. A lot of Scorpio people want to try to change people, or like feel entitled that they did change someone. So Scorpio that's in reverse, like the death card in reverse, it's not a good energy. It really isn't. But it's more obvious than other, like Cancer and Pisces, they're really good at manipulating. I don't think Scorpios are good manipulators, because I feel like it shows too much. Like they can't help but try to show that they want to control you. So it's like, they lose. Cancer and Pisces be real upset when James comes knocking at the door. My mom is a Aquarius. Aria said her mom's a Scorpio. Mystique said, I don't like dating Scorpios. They are on BS, and Cancers are strongly compatible with Cancer. Scorpio, too much butting of heads. I don't need all the conflict. Yeah. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. I believe that's intelligence, wisdom, and community. Yes, I'm ruled by that. Yes. Cancer men for sure. Don't even get me started with Cancer men. I can't fucking deal with them. Yes, I like Pisces women, but the men. I like water sign women in general. They don't really bother me. I think Cancer women are a bit sneaky, though. They'll gossip a lot. I notice Cancer women tend to gossip about people's shit. Wendy Williams is a Cancer. Charlemagne the God's a Cancer. A lot of good celebrity. Ariana Grande is a Cancer, and you see how people are calling her out for the manipulative, nice guy, nice girl thing she likes to do. Cause she just can't be alone. She always has to be, that's a typical Cancer toxic trait, like that whole like, oh my God, I love you forever. And then another boyfriend, another one, another one. They just can't do it. They can't handle change and being alone. Like most of them can't. I'm not saying all, but most of them, it's not in a Cancer's nature to be like an independent person. They need the home. They're about family. They're ruled by the like. It's just not in their nature, and that's fine. Oh yeah, with I'm just being real. Solange is a Cancer. Chloe Bailey is a Cancer. She reminds me too. I'm a Leo, so I can relate to not liking the controlling side of Scorpios. Yeah, I was dating a guy. He was a Scorpio with a Venus in Scorpio, and I'm a Virgo with a Venus in Leo, and our Venus signs don't, and I could see that popping out because a lot of anytime someone gets passive with me or tries to like, I feel a slight like, I don't know. His energy felt very. Water sign men tend to carry a lot of emotional baggage. And I think, it's not fair when you're dating someone and you're carrying that. Bianca, what does it mean if your North Node is in Taurus? I kind of want to North Node means. I forget. Does North Node mean you're meant to North Node represents what you're meant to be in this lifetime, right? And South is past life. I could be wrong though. Solange is a Cancer. I have no idea. I should do a reading one day about what happened in the elevator. I have no idea. Maybe I'll do that before we go. Like what happened maybe I'll take some celebrity questions for fun before we go. Are you guys down for that? Before we go, we could do some conspiracy questions, celebrity questions. My Pisces ex charged me $420 for emotional damage. I did. That's such a Pisces thing to do. But yeah, guys, death reverse, inability to move forward, fear of beginnings, repeating negative patterns, resisting change. It is similar to Tower reversed. But yeah, death reverse is like a standstill. It's like a block. It also could represent blocking out blessings, in my opinion. All right. I want to talk about one more famous card in tarot before we do more things. Yeah, we could do some celebrity questions before I go. So the Devil. When I do readings for people like in person and they see this card, they freak out. It's similar to death. People freak out because it's the word death, the devil. What do you guys think of this card? Because I find it fascinating. I don't hate it. I don't think it means the things people assume it with all the time. I think this is the root chakra, if I'm not mistaken. This is the root chakra. Just look at the picture. They're chained. There's the devil, obviously. This is ruled by Capricorn as well. I don't freak out with the devil card, especially if I'm doing a love reading and I get sometimes I'm telling you, okay, I'm going to give you guys a life hack, like for like a tarot life hack. For like love and sexual stuff, the devil and Ace of Wands represents like really good sex. And I'm not going to talk about my person, but I attest to that. I'm like, in terms of like sexual stuff, the devil, Ace of Wands are like the best, like, yeah. So the devil is not a positive card though. Let's not get that wrong. The devil is not a card you hope to see. It represents, so let's read it. Addiction, depression, mental health issues, secrecy, obsession, cheating, dependency, bondage, materialism, sexuality, powerlessness, hopelessness, abuse, violence, assault. It definitely represents things that we feel chained to, things that we feel like we'll never change from that are maybe negative. So if a person kind of says like, "Oh, I'm always going to be this, I'm always going to be that," and it's more on a negative thing, they could have the devil in their reading. If a person is addicted to smoking, they could get this. If a person is addicted to drinking, if a person is not eating correctly, or maybe they're overeating, they'll get the devil. The devil is, I think it's right before the tower, if I'm not mistaken. So whatever you keep doing and you kind of know deep down it's not going to lead to good results, it's going to lead to a tower. So this is right before the tower moment. Be a bee. I also think the devil card isn't too bad. It doesn't have to be bad, but it's never really good at the same time. Like if I ask, um, how are things gonna go with me in work? I get the devil, so I want to clarify that. Why did I get the devil? Queen of Pentacles. I could have a bitchy boss or work with someone who's all about money and does not care about others. You see what I mean? And this is ruled by Capricorn, so maybe it's talking about a Capricorn person. So the devil is never, but I've asked about love and I get the devil. So I want something about my love life. I just got the devil. Why did I get the devil? The Hermit. To not be too scared to be alone that you invite dark energies in. The Hermit. Maybe I'll meet some people where I feel like it's toxic and I'll still have to be on my own and reflect on what I want. Maybe love is going to be more of learning what I don't want than everything just working out. So you get what I mean? So, yes, the devil, unfortunately, I've seen it represent health problems. Like specifically if someone is avoiding taking care of their health, the devil can come up for sure. Mystique, the devil card with the hermit card is someone ghosting somebody or maybe. That's so interesting that you see ghosting. I wouldn't, like just logically not, I'm not channeling or intuitive right now, but if I just saw that, I wouldn't think ghost. To me, 8 of Cups is like ghosting more than, like 8 of Cups is ghosting to me more than that. But that's interesting that you see that. I respect your perspective. Virgo Shorty, I do like the Hermit card though. I don't think solitude. The Hermit is not a bad card. The Hermit represents independency and emotional independency, and not using external influences as a crush. It's also ruled by Virgo. Virgos tend to be really introverted. You know, so I definitely get that card a lot in my personal readings. Hermit, you know, I guess Hermit could be ghosting. I could also see Hermit as someone just wanting to be single or just wanting to be alone. You know, that's an interesting perspective. I would have never thought that. Be a bee. Maybe the devil card can be getting things right before the bad tower card comes in. Saturn influence trying to get you on the, yeah, the devil is kind of a warning that a tower moment will happen if you stay there. The reason why I say 8 of Cups is I've gotten a lot of and even in my personal life, like before like someone walks away from a connection, I'll always get the 8 of Cups all the time. All the time. Like it never fails. It never fails. Yeah, the Hermit is the Virgo card. Yep. I ended up having the worst dating experiences with a Capricorn guy. Yeah, the Scorpio I was talking to a while ago, he was a Scorpio sun but a Capricorn moon, and I think his moon bothered me. Like I think the things I liked about him were the Scorpio traits, but I think the Capricorn moon side made us incompatible. I do like Capricorns because to me, Capricorn is a hit or miss sign. Like, I don't hate them, but I don't love them. I think they're just, like, mid, to be honest. I see 8 of Cups as someone emotionally detaching themselves, or someone leaving thinking they can find better out in the world, or someone just straight walking away. Yeah, I see it as a literal thing. I see someone literally leaving. Virgo, I see a hermit with the phrase "which oh stubborn ass" for someone reason, because I feel like some people force themselves into solitude. Eight of Cups is also so sad to me. Eight of Cups is not the happiest card. All right. Any last questions about tarot before I move on to the celebrity round? We could just ask about random stuff, and then I'm going to close out this live. We'll do this again sometime for sure. We can definitely talk about other things with tarot next time. I was just like freestyling it this time. Do you guys have any tarot cards that stalk you, for those who read for yourselves or get readings? The King of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles stalks me like all the time. Like cards that just repeatedly come out for you. I want to show off my new deck. So yeah, any final tarot questions? And do you have a card that stalks you? I do. I think next time we'll start off with the Hermit and Eight of Cups. You see Pentacles. Okay. I want to show you guys this beautiful new deck I got. So we're going to start with celebrity questions in about 2 minutes, just for fun. And also for practice. Like, I just told you guys what I was doing. You don't have a specific card, but definitely Pentacles. Mine is King of Cups. King of Cups comes out a lot. Oh, and I'll do a collective message at the end as well. We'll do some celebrity questions, and then we'll do a collective message. High Priestess. All right. High Priestess. Empress is the one you get a lot. I get King of Cups all the time. King of Cups all the time. Okay, so I have this new deck. It's so beautiful. It is by Street Priestess Tarot. I forgot what it's called exactly, but look at this gorgeous deck. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to use it. I haven't used it on YouTube yet. Look at this. Seven of Cups too, when I need to feel grounded. Oh, that's a good one. Look at the Four of Pentacles. I love this. I love the illustrations. I love it. I mean, look at the world. And it has the meanings. Oh my God. You have the Four of Wands. I just love it. And honestly, I do feel like decks need to include people of color more, and people who just of different, ethnicities. I forgot what it's called. I'll post it in the community tab. It's by Street Priestess Tarot on Etsy. I got it from Etsy. But it's so beautiful. The moon. Look at the moon. Look how cool the moon looks. Like, it's just so different. Like, I don't know. Seven of Swords. Six of Pentacles. I want to get a black centered deck to connect with my father. This deck, that's why I got this. Honestly, it's kind of, look what they did for the Tower. And it has the meanings on it. So I love that it has the meanings. Look at the Page of Wands. Look how beautiful. Look at Ten of Cups. It's just so beautiful. Okay, so do we have any questions about anything going on in the world or a celebrity? Oh, Danielle said, you're making me miss tarot more, getting back decks and reading. Yeah, I really hope me and Danielle could go live together one day and do readings for people. That'd be awesome. Would Beyonce and Jay-Z ever get divorced? Okay. It is a beautiful deck. Yeah, they have a lot more on the website that are of this like style. So I'm going to get more. I can't wait. It's very easy to shuffle too. Like it glides. It's so good. Oh, no, Bia. Let's do this one. You can ask about Palestine. I'll read it objectively as much as I can. Because it's hard for me to read for tragedies and stuff, but I could do it. What happened in that elevator between Beyonce, Solange, and Jay-Z? Oh my God. I'm actually so curious to know myself, so let's see. Why was Solange beating up on Jay-Z in the elevator years ago? Okay, so we have the Magician. Yikes, okay. Knight of Pentacles. Three of Swords. So Solange felt like something was manipulative about the situation. She felt wronged, and she felt like somebody was being kind of like, for the Three of Swords to be here, like I am getting a feeling she was very, very sad, but it's not like she just spazzed out. Like, she actually did have a good reason to spaz out. I'm trying to see. Why did Solange get mad at Jay-Z in the elevator? So it's something with money. I think it's something financial or career related or just money related in general. I don't even think it has anything to do with the relationship. Like, I know a lot of people were assuming it was because like Jay-Z cheated, but I'm not even getting that. I'm not even getting that. That would be cool, Arya. I'm not really getting cheating. Let me get one more card about why Jay-Z and Solange were fighting. No, it's not even. Is it cheating? Let me just ask. Is it cheating? Was it about him and Beyonce? Eight of Cups? No. It had nothing to do with that. It was something else. That's just like what the energy I'm pulling. Was Jay-Z ever with Aaliyah? Jay-Z and Aaliyah, was that ever romantic? Yeah. Oh my God. Jay-Z and Aaliyah. Yeah, it was actually like there were feelings there on a romantic level. I'm gonna go with yes. It was, I think he was with her romantically. And it was like real love. I don't even feel like it was just like a hit and quit it thing. That's so funny. Foxy Brown was Jay-Z ever with Foxy Brown? Yeah. Jay-Z was with some beautiful women back in the day. I gotta be real. Yes, he's been with both of them, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, Solange, I feel like she was mad at him for something financial, something business wise, or something with money. I don't feel it has anything to do with a relationship. Um Nelly and Ashanti genuinely happy. Nelly and Ashanti, are they genuinely happy? So we have the Magician, Six of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the King of Swords. I'll pull one more card. Are they happy? I think they are happy. I think one person feels more sure about the relationship than the other one, though. And I feel there's a strong spiritual connection with these two for the Magician to come out first. So I don't know if they feel like they manifested each other or there's something about that, but I feel a strong kind of like spiritual thing with them. I don't know what you would call it. Let me just ask, how does Nelly feel towards her? Emperor, he's really serious about her. How does Ashanti feel? Knight of Cups, she thinks he's the real deal too. I think they are happy, but I do feel like someone here, I don't know if they used to be jealous or had a controlling issue, but I feel like there's someone here who's happier than the other one. Like, there's someone who, I don't know if they have jealousy problems or something like that. I do feel like there's good intentions there. But I feel like, I don't know if it's him or her. Someone struggles with like an insecurity, so it makes them feel like jealous or something like that. So I don't know. Um, I'm not doing Sam 22 Tarot. I'm not doing personal readings right now. Let me go back up. I think someone asked about Taylor Swift or something. Okay, Taylor Swift. I'm trying to see. Who asked about Taylor Swift? I saw someone ask about Taylor Swift. I'll do Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, and it's 11/11 on the thing. 11 people, 11 likes. That's cool. So Taylor Swift, and her new boyfriend, like, are they happy? Or what's the energy with them? Queen of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Five of Pentacles. I don't know, I keep getting money cards. There could be an influence of money and career in this connection. Let me just see. How does he feel towards her? Four of Wands. He really does, like, have real feelings for her, though. Taylor Swift's football guy or whatever. He really does, like, he does want a real relationship with her. How does Taylor feel towards him? Eight of Cups. She feels like it's not gonna go that far, or she feels like there could be better options out there for her. It's so funny because I feel like he could be into her more than she's into him. Taylor Swift and her boyfriend, will it last? Will they get married? Will it last? Page of Wands. Ten of Swords. Probably not. Probably not. There could be problems down the road with children as well. I don't know why that'd come up. So see, this is a good exercise you can do when learning tarot cards. Even before I went on YouTube, I was doing celebrity readings just out of curiosity. Usher and Chili from TLC, do they still have feelings for each other? Three of Swords. I think there's feelings, but it feels more of like, that person hurt me, that person betrayed me. So they're not like, I feel like either both of them or one of them still feels hurt by the connection. And whenever they think of it, they just think of all the betrayal or heartbreak it caused. So more of a no than a yes. Lauryn Hill will she drop her second album? Yes. Are Travis and Taylor Swift a PR couple? Not really. I feel like it is genuine. I don't think it's complete PR, no. Let me do one more question. And then I'll do a collective card for everybody. Okay. And I'll post this deck in the community tab for those who want it. Oh, Aria, are any UFOs covered up by Elon Musk's new satellite train? That's so interesting. Okay. Are any UFOs covered up by Elon Musk's new satellite train? Eight of Wands. Five of Pentacles. Six of Cups. Are any UFOs covered up by... I don't feel so. I don't feel so. Okay, so... Alright. How do Jaden and Willow Smith feel about their famous parents? That is interesting. I actually am curious to get this answer. How do Jaden and Willow feel about their famous parents? Two of Pentacles. I mean, they respect them, you know, like, I feel like they do respect them. I feel like they're kind of tired of the drama and the judgment from others, and they just want their parents to be happy, honestly. So I don't think they feel negative towards their parents though, but they are tired of the controversy and the kind of the judgment from people. But they think that their parents are in a good space and they respect their parents and they love their parents. So, um, okay, so I'm about to end with a collective message. So I'm gonna use a tarot card and an oracle card. I'll answer Breeze 33's question. Will Skrillex ever get married? I think I know who that is. Will Skrillex ever get married? Yes, maybe. He'll definitely, there's a special lady coming in for him. Will it last? That's another story. But I think possible. I'm going to go with yes. What was your question? Whatever. I don't remember it. What was it? I'm about to do the last message for everybody watching, a collective. So whatever. What was your question? Will Rihanna have more kids? I don't think Rihanna's gonna have kids for a while. Oh, my back. All right. Okay, so let me just do the collective message right now. So everybody watching, this is a message for you from your spirit guides. I just want to get one card actually today. What's one card to leave with everyone? Okay, hold on. Let me just answer whatever, and then what's the energy between Halle Bailey and her co-star from The Little Mermaid? Okay, how do they feel towards each other? What's the energy? So Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords. Very professional. It's very professional. There's like, it's just a professional, it's like we're co-workers and that's it. That's the energy. And I think it's more of her putting that boundary than him. Okay. Okay. Ooh. All right. So everybody watching, this is a collective card, a message from your spirit guides with one card, just something you need to take from today. Okay. So we have Page of Pentacles, laying foundations, grounded, developing a plan, good money news, grooming for success. So there could be something just starting with career or money, or there could just be like an idea of something. I'm hearing spirits say don't feel bad. So I don't know if some of you feel bad because there's something that hasn't grown yet, or something you're still taking baby steps in, or you're still getting the hang of something. The page are cards about learning. So right now spirit is saying you're learning, you're getting things together. So don't beat yourself up about that. And it's actually going to lead to bigger things, almost like a seed growing or something like that. So that's a message to take from today. This is just the beginning of something greater. And I do feel, I keep hearing don't feel bad. So don't feel bad if you feel like you're, I don't know if you feel behind, or like something's too small, or something's just not, like I don't know, you know, kind of like the underdog type of feeling. You're just starting. It's almost like you're babies at something and you're mad that you're not in like a top class. Okay, let's get a spirit guide message for everyone. For me leaving. All right. So we have reconsider. I feel like spirit is saying reconsidering. Just like negative voices or negative things you hear. Like don't feel bad because you're in the page energy, or that you're just starting something all over, or something with your career or money is just now starting, or something like that. Just don't feel bad. Try to look at it as a learning, and try to look at it as like, okay, yeah, you're a student of something, but you're going to grow and grow and grow, okay? So that's just like kind of the energy I get. By the way, I will post this deck in the community tab. It's really beautiful. The illustrations are great, and it does have the meanings. So yeah, that was the message. I don't know when I'm going to do free live readings. This eclipse energy has been so hard on me, but stay tuned for my pick a card readings. I think I'll go back to free live readings like end of the month or December. I'm too drained to do a bunch right now. I will be going live next weekend doing celebrity readings. So we could do more of that there. So, oh, are you? That's so cool. But I hope this was great. It's so funny. We're ending on 11 people in and 11 likes, so 11. I think that's definitely magical. So thank you guys for talking with me today about tarot. I definitely learned a lot. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll definitely do this again. Have a blessed day. Blessed rest of your Sunday. And stay tuned. And again, I will put this deck in the community tab for those who want to get it, okay? You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Bye-bye. Have a great evening.